We'll call the meeting to order, and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Cheryl, can you help us? Paul is calling you.
He's calling you there? Do you have his button? He's calling. If it's blinking, just hit the answer. It might be on the mute. The one with the long line across? Oh, I see. It's the upper left. Yeah, you can try calling him from that phone.
Check with Cheryl. Extension 143.
Yes.
She's saying no answer. I did.
Or you can call him from your cell phone and then just hold it up to the mic.
Technical difficulties. We'll be with everyone in a couple of minutes. What's it on? Work. Yes, call me.
Would you like me to take roll call while you're waiting?
Pardon me?
Should I take roll call while you're waiting?
Yes, please, Cheryl.
Mr. Diaz? Here. Mr. De Placido? Here. Mr. Oligieri?
Here.
Mr. Shaw? Here. Ms. Shaw? Here. Mr. Boychuk is trying to reach us. Mr. Zoma?
Here.
Mr. Enos? Here. Ms. Huff? Here. Mr. Kruger? Here. Ms. Terry? Here. Ms. Webb?
It just rings and goes to voicemail. Hello, Paul? 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 Yes, Paul, you're on speaker. Can everybody hear? Can you hear?
Yes, I can, yeah. Yes.
Okay, everybody can hear Paul? No?
I just-
Okay, all right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we'll go on to the next item on the agenda, the purpose of this special public meeting. The purpose of this is to approve the final report and any other business. The next item is public comment on agenda items. Is there any public comment on agenda items? No public comment? The next item is approval of bills. Jim Dedad?
Actually, I did receive two bills, Public Partners.
Oh, sorry.
I received two bills, but I wasn't prepared to present them tonight since we're meeting next week. You have them listed here?
Right, yes.
The meeting may be canceled next week, sir.
Oh, okay. So the Public Partners bill for the month of June, and I can't read this because I don't have my glasses.
Knox Law?
Yeah, Knox Law.
WQLN.
No, WQLN we didn't have, right, Cheryl?
No, yes, we still have not received that one.
Okay, oh, thank you. How do I look? But the bills from the Knox firm were for the right-to-know responses, and I don't have the exact amount, but it was in the amount of just over $1,300.
I have it.
1,325?
Oh, here.
Or 16, right, well, there were two separate bills, 1,300 and 325, thank you. Yep, yeah, and those are appropriate, so I move that they are paid.
Okay, Mr. Wojtek will second that. Roll call vote, please, Cheryl.
Mr. Dedad?
Yes.
Mr. DePlacido?
Yes.
Mr. Oligieri?
Yes.
Mr. Shaw?
Yes.
Ms. Shaw?
Yes.
Mr. Wojtek?
Yes.
Mr. Zona?
Yes.
Very good, motion carried. The next item is new business. And under new business, we have consideration of approval of the Government Study Commission final plan report. Do you want to comment? Do you want to start a comment on that? Do you want to comment on anything?
Did you move?
Oh, hold on. Okay, first of all, there was a discussion about including the graph of the legal fees in the final plan report. Does the commission want to discuss that, or?
Mr. Chair.
Yes,
Mr.
you
Chairman.
can. You make a motion to include?
No, Mr. Chairman,
Okay, we'll make,
there should be a motion made first.
okay.
For the- on the-
Motion to discuss, is there a second?
Motion to, no, hang on. I don't think you read the motion, or nobody did. It says, I move that the final plan report, that motion should be read, please, on the agenda.
Yeah.
I move that.
Consideration of approval
No,
of the
you've already read
government's-
that, sir. The next line is, somebody
Right.
needs, one
All
of
right.
your colleagues
Yeah.
needs to make that motion, probably not you.
Pardon me?
It would be better coming from someone else on the board.
I'll second the motion to approve the report.
Well, let's clarify. Okay, let me make
There's a really nice motion on paper here, Paul.
let me make the first motion. I motion that I move that the final plan report of the Mill Creek Government Study Commission be approved. And Paul, you're seconding? I'll second that. Okay. All right.
Okay, that was
Now
John.
for discussion.
Do you need a vote to, you're going to hold the vote, you need discussion right now. Is that what you said? You want some discussion?
Like the graph.
Discuss the bar.
Yeah.
Is there a discussion on the bar graph?
I think it makes sense to include that bar graph in there, in the report. I know it's not in the report as it stands now, but I think we could most likely amend the final report to include that. That's just my opinion.
Let's explain what we're talking about, a bar graph.
I can explain.
There is an appendix C that has a numerical table in it. And it's been pointed out by some members of the commission receiving an email about this draft report that it would be perhaps nice to see a bar graph. One of the alternates, Bob Enos, submitted a bar graph to show it visually And that is what is being discussed right now to be included in this. It's your decision whether you decide to make a motion to amend. I don't think it's necessary. I think if there's a consensus among you to say, you're not changing any numbers, you're just showing them visually by bar. You want to make sure those bars are accurate and read the same way as the numbers do.
I think we asked for comment, and that was one of the comments.
Yes,
So
sir.
I think it's perfectly in line that
I
we,
would like to add to that motion. I think that
But I'm sorry, you're talking about what you're not,
motion for the graph to be added.
you have,
There is no
before you make a motion, ma'am, I would
Right, the
suggest you decide if you want to make a motion, if you think it's necessary. Because it shows the same information, just in color and picture. So you decide right now if you want to make a motion to accept that, or if it's necessary. It seems like it's the same information, just shown a different way. You're not changing the draft at all, except to show it pictorially. So you decide if it makes you comfortable to have a motion to show it pictorially as well. You can do that and tag it on to the motion that's already on the table.
So Toby, should we wait to see what other comments we might have?
I think you
before
should.
we-
You may have other comments
Right.
that may or may not be
Well, I have a comment.
substantive.
And the comment is, apparently, we do have the financial facts for 2024 from the townships on the chart.
Well, I can respond to that, because the executive committee who basically authored the report, we talked about those numbers, and the numbers that we're using in our report are validated by the DCED. And the numbers that you're referring to have not been validated.
For 2024.
Yeah, 2040, and the point is that there's no error or oversight or anything by anyone. When a community finishes its audit, there's a form that has to be transposed in a summary form to the state, to the Department of Community and Economic Development. So then the DCED reviews that and posts it.
And
They're
it's
1
not
year behind in the posting.
finished yet.
That's right. So the 2024 numbers, and the executive committee, the drafters of this with assistance from Michael Foreman and myself, the three-member executive committee that drafted this final report, see that the numbers from DCED have been certified. There's no argument. The state has accepted them. So, and they've been broadcast on their website. The other numbers, if there's any potential question or someone could perhaps ask a question about the other numbers, the source, where they came from, that can be discussed in your public information. But in the report itself, it seems advisable that you should accept numbers that the state has accepted.
Okay.
And so the year 2024, yes, the committee has gleaned those numbers from conversations, telephone conversations, research, and so forth. But to have these kind of numbers from DCED in the report can't be argued with.
Right.
It's just belts and suspenders. Not now.
Actually not read at this time.
Not yet. This is the commission is discussing the report. They'll take comments later.
Any further discussion on on adding the graph to the final draft?
Can't. Sure, it's done. It's done. It just has to be checked and inserted. It just hasn't been inserted yet. And again, it's the same numerical numbers.
Mr. Wojtek is making a motion to amend-
To insert it.
Making a motion to add that. Go ahead, Mr. Wojtek.
Add the graph to the final report that's currently on the table.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second.
Yes, RJ.
RJ seconded that motion. Roll call. Vote.
There was another motion on the table to approve the draft plan. So you want to amend
Yes.
Include everything is what you're doing.
Yeah,
Correct.
and the graph, and there could be other comments. But
There
right
could be
now,
other
they're making a
comments,
motion
so
on the
we are,
graph.
so we're amending it to include the graph. So that's what we're voting on right now.
But the other motion is still out.
Oh, yeah, it's still there. And the other motion's still there.
Yeah, I don't think we needed a second.
It's procedural, but yes. So this second motion just says, when they vote on it, they're going to stay out, we want to add the graph. Just, I
So
think,
we're
this-
voting to add the graph.
to the original document.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Mr. Plasko? Yeah. Mr. Olivieri?
Yes.
Mr. Shaw?
Yes.
Mrs. Shaw?
Yes.
Mr. Wojtek? Yes. Mr. Zona?
Yes.
Motion is so carried.
Are you having any other discussion, Mr. Chairman, about the first motion?
Is there any other discussion?
I have a brief comment.
Yes, go ahead.
On, I believe it shows on page 10 of the report, and that's under section 4, organization and activities of the study commission. There's a list of people that were interviewed, and then there's a paragraph after that that says the following township managers. If you can find that on your copy. Page 10 is what I'm showing on the version I have. Middle of the page 10. The paragraph starts with the following township managers, and it says, and a director of administration after that. Everybody on board?
Yep.
The words after township managers should be inserted two township supervisors. The following township managers, so it would read, the following township managers, comma, 2 township supervisors, and then it would continue with, and a director of administration, et cetera. So that's just a slight omission, but not included yet. So I would recommend that we include that. I don't know if you have any other comments about other things. Maybe you want to hold that thought, and Cheryl and I and Michael won't forget about that. So if you have any other discussion, Mr. Chairman, about other comments about the work that's gone on by the subcommittee for the report drafting.
Are there any other comments in regards to this final draft? Final document? No other comments?
Well, I think there were
Go ahead.
some of our alternates that had editorial comments. So I don't know if they're allowed to speak now or not.
If the comments at this point are grammatical or spelling, spelling, okay, well, I think that's a good thing. But if it's a hyphen or a comma or something like that, I think, I don't know if that's necessary. It's up to you. If you want.
We'll make any corrections that are grammatical or procedural.
Right, and the way this works is that you're going to be making comments, I understand, about some of the content of the report. Mr. Oligieri, and I think Mr. DePlacido, Mr. Dedad, and anybody else on the board. Shortly, I'm thinking they're going to be making comments before you vote. So if something comes up out of those comments, I think be ready to, along with this township supervisor addition, you should talk about that.
Any other comments from the executive committee? We can start with John.
General comments. I don't have any specific issues with the report right now, other than what we've talked about.
Talk
But-
into the mic.
What's that?
Talk into the mic, please.
Yeah. Well, in general, I just, again, want to thank everybody for all their hard work in getting this far. It sounds a little confusing right now, but it isn't. And we've all spent a lot of time and effort and we've been as transparent as possible in all the meetings. We've had people, they've been open for discussion, and we've listened. So this kind of ties the ribbon on what we've been doing for the last 8 months or so. And I'm proud of the document. I think it covers everything. To someone that's just reading this when it's approved here for the first time, I think we've done well in guiding them through the processes, in guiding them through what we've done, guiding them through what other people have said, and everything leading up to our recommendation that we made last May or whatever it was, to change to a different type of government. So I think the document is all inclusive. It kind of directs you to where we got things, how we got things, deliberations, and believe me, we've been over this and over this.
Public comment?
Public comment, yeah. You know, blue couch, all that kind of business. And there's more to come, obviously. We're not done. We're going to be out there. We're going to be telling people what we've done and showing them, giving them information enough to make a good decision on their part. So whatever they feel is right, that's how they're going to vote. But we want to make sure that they have the information. And this document will certainly help do that. So I'm proud of it. I'm proud of what we've done. And I hope you find that the document is as informative as we've made it. So thank you.
I'd like to yield my time to one of the alternates that has created some comment that some are grammatical, some are more important, but they submitted a document called the Draft of Final GSC Report and some changes. Can I yield my time to Ms. Weber to explain? Say yes.
Your call. That's a chairman's call.
Yes.
Ms. Weber, do you want to explain the most important ones? Some are grammatical, the most important ones. I want into the record today that we've at least reviewed them.
Thank you. The one you did make, the one where those people are township supervisors, you already did that. I had that on my sheet here that I gave you. The only other thing that I see, when you go to page 5, and this is not grammatical, it doesn't make sense unless it says, and submit the candidate. On page 5.
What number?
Let me go grab it. When you're talking about, yeah, this grammar stuff doesn't, they'll fix that. When you're on page 5, thank you.
Would you check the copy she's looking at, please?
Yeah, I think it's the last one that you sent today.
Is that item number 11, Mrs. Weber?
Yeah, I'm sorry, it's page 6. That the township treasurer be selected by the township manager based on qualifications, skills, experience, and submit the candidate.
That should be submitted.
And the candidate's name should be submitted. That's not a,
Yeah, that's grammatical, sure.
okay. Then the only one I had was I given you the one about township supervisors, and you already changed that. When you're on page 26, because offices and officers are things that mean a lot in this report, when you get on page 26 go down past the bullet points, and you've got the new township council may reappoint any and all of the former offices. That needs changed to officers, so it doesn't confuse people between someone in an office and someone who's an officer.
Hang on.
That just needs changed to
What
officer.
page specifically? Could we have that again?
Page 26.
Page 26, when you go down past the bullet points, the new township council may reappoint any or all of the former offices. It should be officers, because that's what you're talking about.
Hang on a second.
I made that change. I noted that in my report.
Michael?
Undercompensate. I noted that on the bottom of page 26, under compensation, parentheses, stipend, and parentheses of elected township council, in the first sentence, compensation, parentheses, stipend of all township council members will apply to all sitting supervisors and those,
Right, that was,
put the
all-
word those in, elected as of January 1.
yeah, that was my only next thing, and then that was it. But
Yeah,
the one I was
so-
talking about is up above. It's where they've got the word offices, and it should be officers in the bold there. See that bold sentence?
Just above where you're at.
Yeah, any or all of the former, it says offices. I think you mean officers. Or do you mean offices?
This is quoted out of the statute, so sometimes when you quote something out of state law.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
you
just-
can, no, I'm glad you pointed it out, but it is, Michael can check that again very briefly, but I do believe, I remember hearing this a couple times. Why does this say offices? But apparently it does. Let's see, Michael he's looking at the state report right now.
Yeah, that's the only other thing. Those are just, yeah, thank you, Bill. Those are just, and I already gave them the thing about the two township supervisors, and they just changed that. So we're,
Yeah, that was important.
yeah, I want those, gentlemen to understand that we know who they were there. Thank you.
I'd like to make a comment, Art. Could we make it clear to those listening and in attendance where this final report will be able to be seen?
Yes, we will do that
Okay.
after the vote.
Art, I think, Mr.
Yes, we will do that after the vote, Donna.
Okay.
You have a commentary. I thought you told me that about what happens after. This is the climax. There's the French word denouement. It takes place after that. All the good stuff after that. All the outreach work and so forth. But I think Mr. De Placido he's commented more of a summary form about all the meetings you've had, all the interviews you've conducted, all the media and so forth that you've done and published on the website. And this has been an ongoing process of telling everyone about this and accepting their response during the meetings you've had from December through today about taking public comment. You've taken it and acted upon it, included a good bit, so.
Really, in response to Donna's question, the document, this is still a draft until it's approved, but once it's approved, it will be made public and widely available, namely on the website, at the township building, at town halls. Everybody will have an opportunity to view the final product.
Yeah, my comments are pretty much what John has said, probably in different words, and I think Toby said it as well, that this report represents everything that we've been doing to this point. And so if you were to go back and view the recordings of all of our meetings, this captures all of that. So there's nothing new here. And we purposely wrote this report to be somewhat of an easy read. It's not 300 and some pages long like a prior report. It's 55 pages long. So it's relatively short read. We wanted to be to the point, and it was not easy to do. It took many iterations of the executive committee meeting and going over it and realizing that, oh, this doesn't need to be there. We said this already. So there's not a lot of repetition. And I'm very proud of what we have accomplished. And I thank my fellow members and also the other commission members for reviewing and providing their comments. Some of which we incorporated, and some we had reasons why they weren't. And then we had some additional discussion, as you saw this evening, about some that, people thought, they should be there, and they explained why. So that's it.
Mr. Chairman, back to offices versus officers. If we can talk about that for a moment, get a clarification that Mrs. Weber has asked for.
Certainly, go ahead.
And commented on. Under the section number 11, that you've put together transitional provisions required by Home Rule Charter and Optional Plans Law. There is a third bullet point under elected and appointed officials and employees. That third bullet point says, as per the Optional Plans Law, and it says, see what section, all appointed offices existing in the government on the effective date shall not automatically automatically continue. The point is, you're not recommending to abolish the commissions, the offices that way, but the law reads offices at that point. The summary comment in bold, Mrs. Weber pointed out, says the new township council may reappoint any or all of the former. I think that since that is a paraphrase that Michael Foreman drafted and we've accepted, I would put an R in there and say that that's officers. Because that means, it says the new township council may reappoint any or all of the former officers. That means they may or may not decide to have a whole new planning commission. They could well appoint some new people. Probably would make sense to appoint, some of the current people. Or they can appoint new members. There could be a reshuffling a bit. That's up, because that just points out, just like there's a board of supervisors, if there's a township council, they have that authority to decide who is on what board. They may keep people, they may not. They may have some new ones.
So upon the advice of our public partners, then we will make that change then?
Yeah, put our officers, just like we've said that we should have township supervisors early on in the report on page 10.
We don't need a motion to do that.
It's a typographical error. I don't think you need a motion for typographical error.
We'll make those corrections.
It does. All it needs is corrected. And if anybody else has any other corrections during the rest of the evening, you can just decide if they're substantive or erroneous or just a typo.
We'll make those corrections without need of a motion. From my perspective, each of us dating back to last December, that would be about 7 months, we have spent parts of every single day reading, studying, emailing, texting, questioning, going to meetings, interviewing, discussing, analyzing, compiling files and notes. We developed a website so that information could be disseminated to people that wanted information. We've worked with the media, magazines, TV stations, the Blue Couch, social media with videos. Every day, each of us has spent some time on this project, every single day. And it's for you, the taxpayers. It's for the citizens of Mill Creek. We've studied Mill Creek Township. We've studied and compared Mill Creek to other Pennsylvania townships, talking with township managers and elected supervisors. We compared budgets. We looked for best practices, trying to find out where we can save taxpayers money, looking at townships to see if they're doing something different. We found townships that had leaders capable of running golf courses and country clubs very successfully. We didn't, but if they can do it, we certainly could do it. We compared each optional form of government, looking for the best fit for Mill Creek and for the taxpayers. We don't get paid for this, it's for the taxpayers. Learned what and why other townships did certain things. It's not only what they do, but why do they do it? To save money. What we found out in the end was there really is a better way to manage tax dollars. We invited citizens to come to our meetings and make contact, to ask questions, share their thoughts, which they did. The project for the commissioners and the committee alternates was kind of like a part-time job. You know, some days you might have worked a half hour, some days you worked 6 hours. Except for one thing, we didn't get paid for doing this. We only got a lot of grief and a lot of criticism. But we kept moving forward until we were satisfied with our findings. And that's what this final draft report contains. I want to go through the components that it contains. First of all, we have an open letter to the voters and the Board of Supervisors. We have a summary of the Study Commission's recommendations. We have the purpose of the study under Home Rule Charter and Optional Plans Law, organization and activities of the Study Commission, summary of the present form of government, explanation of recommended the council manager form of government under the Home Rule Charter and Optional Plans Law, and advantages it will confer. There's a survey of areas of township government to remain unchanged. There's a lot of things that are not going to change under the new council manager form of government. Some residents are concerned that everything's going to change. There's a lot of things that aren't going to change. There's organizational charts, easy to understand what the status quo is and what tomorrow will be. The exact question to be placed on the ballot. The recommendations for establishing a committee to facilitate a transition to the new form of government. There are transitional provisions required by the Home Rule Charter and Optional Plans Law. We have some appendices that will have relevant extracts from Home Rule Charter and Optional Plans Law. Second-class Township Code provision, Township Manager. The comparative analysis, the financial and organizational data. We have the biographies of the Study Commission members and their alternates. These are all the people that put all these hours into this report. Then we have a statement of funds, materials, and services used by the Study Commission and suppliers of such resources. As I said earlier, so that everyone knows this, certainly before the end of the week, this report, if approved, will be available to everyone. It'll be on the website. There'll be copies here. There'll be copies at our outreach meetings that we'll be holding beginning in September. Everybody will have a chance to review it. At this time, do we have a motion? We do have a motion. Okay,
As amended. As amended.
Okay, the motion as amended.
Yeah, you can read it again, because it's been moved and seconded, but it'd be appropriate, you can read it again and use the words as amended.
Move that the final plan report of the Mill Creek Government Study Commission be approved as amended.
That's the motion.
Do we have a second?
No, it's been made second. You're
It's
just.
already second?
Yeah, it's just clarifying.
All right.
Question's been called.
Hold on. Go ahead.
Can I make a few comments before we go to the vote?
Sure.
First of all, I want to apologize for not being there on this, what I consider a pretty relevant day for Mill Creek Township. We had a really nice christening for our first grandchild down here yesterday, and just the way plans were made, I couldn't make it, and I apologize to my colleagues. A lot of what you said, Art, with some of the other comments, but I have a few additional comments I wanted to make. First of all, I want to thank my colleagues on the commission and the alternates. I want to thank the consultants from Public Partners, and I want to thank Cheryl, who kept us in line as our recording secretary. At times, were going in a little bit of a circle a few times. She drew us back in. I think it's important to know a lot of the public comments that we've received were about that we're biased and we're pre-notions. And I can say for myself, and I'll speak for my colleagues, that there were no pre-notions. There was a comment made a few meetings back about an email that was sent in February, and it asked for the township manager to show how it would work. That was kind of taken out of context at that meeting. That was a few meetings back. That was just part of our due diligence. As Art and John and Jim have said, we did a lot of hours researching, interviewing, compiling this information. And this report basically summarizes all that, and it gives us a chance to share with the public what we've done over these last 7 months. There was no predispositions. There was no bias. I could say that as chairman. If I would have seen it, I would have called it out, and I didn't see any of that. I want to thank my colleagues for putting that trust in me when you elected me back in November, December, January, January maybe, whatever that was. And I thought maybe I was going to be a little tough on everybody, but I didn't have to. Everybody was kind of doing the right thing as far as I was concerned. I'm only one voice, but that's just my opinion. So I just wanted to close by assuring the public that, what you heard from the other people, the other folks on this committee is extremely accurate. We looked at it. I went in thinking, hey, if we're doing it best now, let's keep doing it. But I think it'll be apparent to anybody that reads this report that Mill Creek can do better. It's not a referendum on our township supervisors. They funded this thing. I think they realized that looking for self-improvement is never a bad thing. I want to thank them too, because they took the vote to fund this effort. And I just want to tell my colleagues, especially the folks on the executive committee that wrote this report, which I am extremely proud of. I'm extremely proud to serve with the rest of these committee members, commission members, and alternates. And just tell everybody, well done, a job well done. The electors voted us in to do a job, and I could, without any second thought, that we accomplished our goal of what we were tasked to do. So well done, everybody, and that's pretty much all I have to say.
Thank you very much, Paul. Okay, we'll have a call for the vote. Oh, I'm sorry. No, go ahead, Donna.
Well, I just want to say I do appreciate those that drafted the report. It is very concise and very factual. I really appreciate all the time. I know they had hours to draft this report, so if people in the public could take the time to review it, you will see the work that was done. Thank you.
Any other commissioner?
Thanks. I would just like to say that this meeting here puts us dead on schedule, correct? So from the time we were elected last fall till the meeting started at the beginning of the year, some people may have thought that we rushed through this, but we followed the schedule to a T, and we are exactly where we're supposed to be right now. We did our due diligence, we studied, we debated, we deliberated, we learned, we questioned, we interviewed, and we are exactly where we're supposed to be right now, to the day. And I just want that to be known, that we are on schedule.
Thank you, RJ. Bill, did you have anything else to add? Nope. Okay. Okay, we'll call for a vote. Cheryl?
Yes.
Yes.
Ms. Shaw? Yes. Mr. Wojtek?
Yes.
Mr. Zone?
Yes.
The Motion is so carried. We do have some other business to discuss. We had a meeting that was scheduled for Monday, July 28th. And we, I think we want to cancel that. Is there any discussion on whether to cancel it or not?
Mr. Chairman, why would we want to cancel it? It might be the first opportunity for the public to ask questions about the report.
Anybody else?
I'm not sure I want to go to another meeting,
Public
but
forum for that.
Could you repeat that, Paul?
I think that's the use of, that's what the public forum would be for.
Yeah, I think I would agree that more time is needed for everybody to get their hands on this report, to look at it, digest it. I don't think by next Monday that's gonna happen, so I would agree to canceling that meeting is a good thing.
When is the next meeting?
Next Monday.
No, then,
August.
no, after that, right now, we have tentatively, there's none scheduled. We're looking at August 25th. I mean, it's up for discussion. They're tentative, Cheryl's advised us, we have tentatively scheduled them for the second Monday and the fourth. What are the dates, Cheryl?
The second and the fourth Mondays
Of the month, okay. Whatever those dates are. Pardon me? 11th. Do we want to move that up to the 11th, just for planning purposes?
They've been advertised?
They've already been advertised. All right, let's, any further, go ahead, John.
How about paying bills? Could there be any issues between?
There will be bills between now and then.
I know, but they need to be approved.
Right, correct.
So is that going to be?
No, not before August 11th. We'll be all right. We'll be all right if we approve bills on August 11th. Correct, Jim?
Cheryl, if I may, for a meeting cancellation, is your procedure here to have a motion by the board that has scheduled the meeting for them to cancel, like is shown here? It says, right now, it says authorization of the notice of cancellation.
Yes, they need to vote on it, but they do not need to advertise it. We can just post it at
Right, that's what I used to work under too. Okay, that sounds right. Mr. Schaaf's, you may want to ponder Mr. Schaaf's thought further about the 28th, is to, and Mr. Zana has, you're astute in pointing out that we have, there's these, couple of these grammatical changes and so forth have to occur. By the way, for the public's information, this has to be signed by each of the study commissioners. The seven that are on the study commission board have to sign the report. Mr. Wojtek is AWOL right now, but he knows where he is, and now we know where he is. He's visiting family, but he'll be back to sign the report, I understand, on Thursday. So to get it publicized, your point, Mr. Zona, to get it advertised and have public documents sitting out, it would be pretty tight by the 28th. So right now, as a commission, if you see, you voted it, and then the next stop is to start to publicize it, but probably it would be anything else to really be able to copy. It'll still be getting out. It would be tight to have copies out publicly, I think on the 28th. By the 11th, certainly. Yeah. And that's a very important point, if I may, as a consultant, to tell you that you're eminently aware, as you've stated, that should there be, for the public's consumption here too, any kind of substantive point that comes up about what you just approved, some kind of big miss that somebody brings up to you after this hits the streets here at the end of this week or by the beginning of next week, and copies will be made available. It's already been instructed. Mr. Olagieri wanted to have a minimum of 25 copies spread around, and each of you will have it. And perhaps the fire station should have a copy, but in the library and here at the township building. So then that gives ample time by the 11th, people have a chance to comment and for you to consider that, did we miss something? Just by chance. You have that opportunity you'd have to advertise that you're going to have an amendment. Do you have to advertise that meeting again, Michael, or just they can put an amendment on the agenda that's posted?
You would want to re-advertise the meeting.
If there's an amendment. So Cheryl would be asked to advertise that amendment would be considered to the final draft report. That would be a separate advertisement is what Michael's saying. We should discuss that further. She's making a bit of a frown there, so
Yeah,
that's a good point. So, okay,
It's already advertised, you don't have to.
if it's at an advertised meeting, so you just have to post the you would go through your usual agenda process. See, she and I haven't rehearsed any of this, so it's
so Toby,
yes, sir. We're winging it here. No.
I think you were headed in this direction. If there's anything substantial and we need to amend, what's the time frame that we are allowed to amend?
You have until the end of August to get call it August 31st. Technically, it's 60 days before the election, but Cheryl and John DePlacido do not want to wait until the 11th hour so that they're running over to the election board with a new certified copy. So if there's a substantive change or an error of substance, not an error in grammar. I mean, occasionally, you could probably read this thing another 5 times and find a comma or a hyphen or something missing. But if there's an error in some of the language that's here, then you would have to consider whether that error is enough for you to amend the report. I know I'm kind of speaking a lot, but I want to make it very clear that everybody listening gets that.
All right, so August 11th would give us enough time then, and that would be a more appropriate date than July 28th.
Yes, you can cancel the whole point is, can you cancel the 28th?
Right.
You could, maybe it's up to you if you should, and then keep the 2 meetings in August, 11th and 25th. That's my recommendation.
If we decide we don't need the 25th, we can cancel it on the 11th.
If everything,
necessary.
that's right, on the 11th, if nothing's happening, everybody's happy, everybody's reading the report, you heard some comments, you heard some praise, some criticism, maybe some minor things so you could take into account for your next publicity or down the road. Yes, keep the 11th and 25th for those purposes. Because the 25th, if you had to, you could amend it, and then John DePlacido and Cheryl are running to the election board that week to get it out again.
Wait a minute. Okay. So we voted to approve.
Oh, no, not to the election board, no. Sorry, I'm sorry. I
So
apologize.
we voted to approve this draft final
Yes.
report as amended, or as discussed with some changes.
Right.
The bar chart, and there were some other things, right?
Right.
So now that's going to be official when everybody signs it. Paul will be here on Wednesday night, Thursday.
He'll be here
whatever.
Thursday morning, he said, to sign it.
Huh?
He'll be here Thursday morning to sign it.
Okay. Okay, so after that point, we have 5 days to get it to the county.
No, 5 days from today.
5 days from
Correct,
today.
5 days from today, which means
Okay.
the report, along with the certification that I'm going to provide to Cheryl as the cover page, that has to be signed, as well as the 7 signatures on the very last page of the final report have to be on there, that have to be filed with the county election office no later than this Friday.
Okay, so we have that. The 6 of us will sign it. Paul will sign it Thursday morning. In that interim, in between now and Thursday morning, we're going to make the changes. The executive committee will get together and make the bar graph, make, all the things that.
The bar
Jim-
graph's made, just insert it.
Yeah, insert it in there, and Jim has some notes that he's taken from other discussions. So at that point, this report will be not amended, it'll be clarified, however you want to put it. Finalized, right? Because it's still draft. It's not,
No, it's not a draft.
no, it's not draft.
You
anymore.
just undrafted it.
Okay, so we don't need to do anything on Thursday morning with the,
Just get Paul's signature, and you and Cheryl go to the election board.
Okay.
Because it's
All
approved.
right, I
It's
just want to make
approved.
sure that
Yeah.
we're clear
Yes.
right now. Or
You're
this
going to, there's 6 of you, hopefully will sign this tonight.
during the meeting.
Once all 7 signatures are on the last page, which is also titled certification, which is the 7 members are certifying to the budget, that the monies that were spent on the budget, in the budget, are in essence what was allowed to be spent. In essence, this is what the final page will say, that all 7 members are signing, that you're basically affirming that the commission used the foregoing listing of actual or estimated expenditures for goods, materials, and services used by the commission in the performance of its work and the preparation and filing of the final report as set forth in the Appendix E to the final report. Appendix E is what I'll shortenly say the budget for the commission. So all 7 signatures on here. Cheryl signs the certification, submits it to the county election office. That fulfills the procedural requirement of the commission to file it with the county election office for them within the specified period of time, which is within 9 months of the date of the election, for the county to review the ballot question and the interpretative statement, which it may amend or expand on or change. This final report becomes a public record when all 7 members of the commission have signed the last page, the certification page. So that would be Thursday, I suppose. It would technically become a public record.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, do we need a motion then to cancel that 28th meeting on July 28th? Yes.
Okay, I'll second.
Roll call vote. Oh, Paul and Jim. Jim,
Mr. Didat?
Yes.
Mr. DePlacido? Yes. Mr. Alighieri?
yes.
Mr. Shaw?
No.
Ms. Shaw? Yes. Mr. Wojtek?
Yes.
And Mr. Zahn?
Yes.
Motion.
The motion is so carried. And Cheryl, we don't have to do anything else with the scheduled meeting on the 11th. It's already.
I will post it on.
Okay, very good.
What is the time of those? What is the time of those scheduled meetings in August?
5:30. 5:30.
5:30?
Yes.
And maybe Kim could put it on your website as well.
Well, the 2 August meetings are already on the website.
I mean that you're canceling.
Yes, yep, I just, thank you.
So both meetings were already posted for August on the website, okay. Okay, next item, public comment. 3 minutes. Can you put a timer on it, because Paul's on that one.
I still have that thing.
Okay.
Hey, under, Jerry's video, under your, I had to look this up, DCED. It's pretty good, huh? But under your duties, the 4th step is drafting a report. This may involve retaining local government experts or legal counsel. The 5th step is review and public discussion on the report. This usually involves public hearings for citizen input, meetings with officials, submission to legal or local government experts, and review by the members themselves. The 6th step is writing the final report, printing and proofreading and submitting the report to the municipal secretary and the voters. I don't know, looks like you're skipping a step somewhere. I mean, there was no discussion tonight as far as questions. You did say during these meetings, questions were answered. Well, yeah, a little bit, but then we were also told we were limited to comments. And you also said at this meeting tonight, and I want to point this out, that you said you studied all local forms of government. at the very first meeting when this question come up and Mr. Bach proposed it, you ruled out home rule study. And you, when you were out front, you ruled out mayor council. You said, we don't even want to discuss it. So you actually, by interviewing the supervisors, you probably did the supervisor type, but I think you eliminated 2 before. I just want to point this out. I think it's important to see that what you skipped. And according to DCED and what I'm reading here, if I'm wrong, I don't know. You essentially, by approving this tonight, are skipping something. I don't know. Maybe it may not be. So that's my comment. And it'll be interesting to see all your notes and emails, because I've seen most of them. Shouldn't take you too long, because there wasn't much content to it. So I do appreciate what I got, but I think there was probably some, and I heard a comment at one of these meetings from one of you guys up there where there were notes taken. Well, I said, watch what you say. So it's just very interesting. So thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Servideo. Is there any other public comment?
Once again, I'm back. I'm Candy Horm, and I live here in Mill Creek. I just wanted to thank you. Like I said, at the last meeting you had, I didn't have a clue of how much you guys did. You're not just doing an armchair investigation. You're boots on the ground. You're out interviewing, talking to people, doing research, comparing numbers. And even when you didn't have all of the numbers, like from a 2024 audit, which I don't know if that is still done yet here in Mill Creek. So you did the best with what you had. And if I had everybody's phone numbers, I would text you this message, okay? And I just want you to know that there's power and perseverance. Don't give up the fight and don't get discouraged just because other people may malign you or may not like what you come up with. God picked all of you for this mission, okay? You were elected by the people, and He gave each of you gifts. A lot of you have had businesses. You have different, gifts with numbers, gift with reading law, and He gave you those gifts to do this research. And you're not only serving God, but you're serving the residents here of Mill Creek, and that is just an honor to be able to do that. So I want you to know that, like the supervisors, I pray for them too, but I am bathing everybody here in prayer, and that includes Cheryl and the people that are, here every meeting to do the recording and put you, on the website. So I just pray for all of you, Toby and Mike, that you won't get discouraged, and just know that everybody is being bathed in prayer, and I thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the kind words.
I call them as I see them. And it's hard sometimes because you feel like you're against the enemy. They have tunnel vision. They don't see the big picture, and you're trying to open up to the big picture. So that's all I have to say.
Mr. Groh?
I think you guys know who I am. I'm John Groh, former Mill Creek supervisor. I personally want to thank all of you for, first of all, having the courage to run for an elected office that is so controversial in some people's eyes. Okay? So thank you for having thick skin and putting up with the stuff that you did, much of the research that you folks did. Big thanks to our people from the DCED who helped guide through this. And because of their expertise is how we ended up with a report. You know, the township, that is, ended up with a report to be presented to the voters. And I do encourage everyone to read that and to vote on that there. It is your chance for all of Mill Creek to do what it might be needed. In my opinion, this is long overdue, this change of government. And I'll go back to what I've been saying all along. It has nothing to do with personal agendas, has nothing to do with vendettas, has nothing to do with partisan politics. Some will disagree with me. That's okay. That's just the way they'll see it. I see it the way I do. I'm looking at what's good for Mill Creek Township. I would want to remind the naysayers that they're out there that this is partisan politics. When I was a supervisor, and this would have been in 2015, we had 3 Democrats on the Board of Supervisors. I was one of them, of course, Rick Figaski and Brian McGrath. We voted, 2 of us did, to put the question on the ballot. Now, granted, the question did fail, and there were some reasons for that. I don't want to get into that. It's too much into the minutiae about that one. But you saw there were 2 Democrats that saw the need to do a study so that we could possibly change government to make it more efficient. We cared about what was going on in Mill Creek Township, okay? I hope the residents here also care about what's going on. Instead of sitting back and complaining and stuff, here's your chance to make a change. So I do encourage the people to get out and vote. Tell your friends and neighbors. Talk about it. You know, there's going to be all kinds of rumors and innuendos about this and that, and this wasn't done, that was done, and all kinds of, you know, you get tired of it. You know, it really gets tiring listening to it. I'll go back to before that. I'm hoping I'm not running out of time here. Okay. Go back to 2011 when a study was done. The Board of Supervisors at that time voted 2-1 not to have the question on the ballot. It took a petition drive by the residents to get that question on the ballot, okay? That's how that one worked. We had a study, and it's been coined different ways, and I know that people have been here defending that. I don't even want to get into that part right there. But folks, I want to tell you, please, when this question comes up on the ballot here in November, please vote, look at it, vote. Don't get to vote in the affirmative, vote for the change. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Grow. Do any of the commissioners want to make any statements? Oh, I'm sorry. Is there any other public comment?
Kim Huff. I am a Mill Creek resident and also an alternate. I have a lot to read, not a lot, but I wrote notes down because I didn't want to miss anything. So in 2023, I joined a group of concerned citizens of Mill Creek in researching information about our township, educating ourselves on what second-class township code is, looking at how other second-class townships in Pennsylvania are governed, and educating ourselves on the different forms of government that are available under the second-class township code. This group began to grow, and more citizens were concerned about the future of our township. After 2 years, I stand here today and I say that I did not know anyone in this room, the elected commissioners and the alternates. There was no political motivation. It was simply a group of concerned citizens that felt strongly on having the form of government in our township to be studied. Each of us shared concerns, ideas, complete strangers coming together because of one thing, the future of Mill Creek. This has been an incredible, eye-opening experience. To get to know each of you, witness your passion for our township that we all live in, learning your work ethic, seeing how hard you work in action firsthand. It has been an honor of a lifetime. Even with the negativity making noise in the background, we all kept pushing forward because we owe it to the voters of Mill Creek. The 58% that voted for this government study in November of '24. For people to say their mind was made up, I find absolutely ridiculous. As an alternate, I had no indication whatsoever of what each of you felt or what each of you were going to vote in May. It gave me chills to sit in the seat and listen to each of you articulate the reasons why you feel the need for this change in government. The only thing constant in life is change. This reflects the idea that everything in the universe, including human life, is in the state of flux and transformation. This concept suggests that while we may experience periods of stability, change is inherent and inevitable. It's part of our existence. Some background that I found on researching some Erie Times News articles. Members of the Erie Times News editorial board endorsed the concept of...
It's 3 minutes.
Oh, gosh. That was 3 minutes? Wow, okay. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. I just want to say one last thing.
Sure.
For the naysayers, stop looking in the rearview mirror. We're not going that way. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Other public comment?
I just want to say I'm really proud to be in your company. You did an awesome job and you work so hard. I just want to clear something up that happened a couple meetings ago, and it was very concerning to me. And I went home, and in my mind, I just couldn't figure out what was going on here. Someone came up here and said they were in possession of an email from this past February. They didn't say who the email was sent to or who it came from, but they indicated it was sent to someone saying that you'd already made up your mind about the council manager form of government. Well, I thought, what could this mean? So I went back through things, and I realized all that email was an email from Public Partners to one of the township managers we were meeting with, the committee, on February 18th at Cranberry Township. Those of you that were there will recall that we met with some of them there, and then we did some virtual interviews, and all that said was, hello, just confirming we will be there on the 18th of February to discuss with you your council manager form of government. That's all it said. It did not say you had made up your mind. It was just a, hey, we'll see you then notice to let you know we're coming, and that's all it was, and I wanted to make sure that that got cleared up. And again, thank you. You've worked so hard. It's just, it's amazing.
Thank you, Mrs. Weber. Any other public comment? Are there any comments from the commissioners?
Do we need to sign while we're in session?
Okay. Comments? I need to respond for the public record, Cheryl. First of all, the ballot question was optional plans law. There was 4, and none of them were ever dismissed at any point in time until May 12th. And we have minutes to prove that. Secondly, the committee did have 3 press conferences right here in front of the Mill Creek Municipal Building. I have the copy for those, and at no time did myself or anybody once again dismiss any of the optional forms of government. We hadn't even studied them. And anything after that, there's minutes to comply with that. So I just wanted to say that for the record. At no time did myself or any member of the commissioners make a statement dismissing any of the optional forms of government. All 4 were in play from the time it passed, it became a ballot question until May 12th when we made the decision. Through this time period, I just want to reiterate what a couple of other people, had said, about that regarding a preconceived notion. There's 8 people or 7 commissioners here and 6 alternates, and we barely knew each other. We all had different personalities, different backgrounds, different education, different careers. For the most part, we didn't travel in the same social circles. We weren't friends. And we just all happened to end up as commissioners and alternates. It was no preconceived plan. It's amazing, though, that the 7 commissioners, even though we're completely different people, all arrived at the same conclusion. The other thing I just would like to note is the fact that, throughout this whole process, of course, John Gross said that to do this, you need thick skin. There was some criticism about that we did not do a study. And I outlined earlier some of the many things that we did over 7 months. It was a rather intensive study that we received no pay. We did this all for the good of Mill Creek. That's all. Is there anything for the good of the order? Yes, public partner.
There are going to be 4, at least I identified 4 public outreach, public forums that the commission's going to do. And I'm going to ask Michael, are those the forums, are they going to be advertised? Will Cheryl publish an ad in the paper when these public forums are occurring?
Yes.
We will. Go ahead.
Some dates have been tossed around through the Public Outreach Committee. I'm not sure if they've been finally decided, but when they are, those dates will be provided to Cheryl, and under the Sunshine Law, they'll be advertised at least 24 hours in advance, if not more, to let people know date, time, place, location, and purpose of these public forums, which we could call town halls.
We actually have confirmation on the first one from Mr. Enos, September 8th at Bell Valley Hose Company. I believe we had talked about 7 o'clock as a good starting time. I'm still working with Mill Creek Township School District on securing additional locations, but the one on September 8th has been confirmed at Bell Valley Hose Company, 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Monday. Is there anything else for the good of the order?
I would just like to urge everybody to enjoy this beautiful summer we're having, and maybe to not think about the study commission for the next week or two. To go to the beach, or go to a park, or go on a walk, or go play the horses, or enjoy all that Erie has to offer. Go to 8 Great Tuesdays tomorrow night. Go see a local band. Go have a glass of wine. And kind of de-stress from this. We put in a lot of hard work. Like Art said, it was like a part-time job. And I had no idea when I got into this that it was going to be this amount of time. But I'm glad I did this. The opportunity to make Mill Creek a better place for my children and for the residents for years to come is the reason I did this. And we have that opportunity in front of us. We did what we had to do. We studied, we deliberated, we discussed, we debated, we learned an awful lot. And like Art said, we all came to the same conclusion, that there is a better way forward for Mill Creek. So I thank those that are praying for us. I'll accept all the prayers that I can get. And I encourage everyone to enjoy their lives outside of the study commission, and we'll regroup on August 11th.
Just two other points. The social media spot at the end of this month will be done by Jim Dedad. And the Blue Couch interview will be done on WICU on the 7 o'clock newscast, will be done by Jim Dedad and Donna Shaw. And those dates are yet to be set. In light of that, do we have a motion to adjourn? Second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion so carried. Meeting adjourned at 5:25.
All right, 6 commission members, please sign the certification page. At the end of the final report, I'll bring it around with a pen